Hi guys, gonna keep this short, but I just want to thank you all for getting me to 100 subscribers. It's hard to know what to say in this kind of situation. It's not like an extremely massive achievement, but it's still, it's still nice. It's nice, just to have 100 people who actually like what you, not really what even you made, but just what you thought about something. What your opinions were on this piece of media, this game. Like, what do you think of it? What were the jokes you made? I mean, it's, it's nice. I'm just trying to think of something to say to make this bit more memorable, and I just can't think of anything. Most people have probably already left by now, and I didn't intend to keep this to be very long. Yeah, well, actually, I did have a plan for something else to do. Little look back at the whole channel. Not like a retrospective, I want to do that eventually, but maybe for a higher subscriber count, because I feel right now there's not much of an evolution to my channel just yet. If you were to take a video from, say, 6 months ago and compare it to a video from now, you won't tell too much of a difference. And you take a video from 6 months before that, there will be a little difference, but not too much of one. So instead of that, we're gonna take a look back at everything I've played so far. Not everything, I've probably missed a few. And rank them by how much I enjoyed them in the moment. It's not how much I enjoyed to play through now, what I think of it now, but how I felt in the moment about these games. Without further ado though, let's get into it. Starting off strong, we have Buddy Simulator. This game was like one of the weirder ones on my channel. Not because, it's weird, because I'm radiant on how much I enjoyed it at the time. The first half, after the first part, I literally quit and didn't play it for like 3 months. The only reason I came back to it is because I really wanted something to, I didn't think of have any other ideas, and I had the second episode pre-recorded, but I just didn't believe in it or like it enough to really ever do anything with it. But I uploaded it and I continued the series, and I had a great time with it after that. It had a bit of a rocky start, but it's kind of intentional in a way. Cannibal Crossing, oh boy. This is, I would say technically it's my first series. My first video was on FNAF VR, but I really only made that as a test recording to test how my Quest 2 mic was, and I uploaded it for no particular reason. Anyway though, I feel Cannibal Crossing, it's kind of it starts off being a bit fun, but then it's just a slow burn for a while. But I can't say I didn't have some fun with it. The Cannibal Boy. Case 1 of Paranormal Investigators. This was a fun one. I think this may have been my first visual novel gameplay on the channel. I played Danganronpa 1 before that, but at the same time, that has too much gameplay to be considered just a straight visual novel. And I think this was the first one that was purely just, visual novel. It was fun. I was kind of questioning Hans's motives the entire time, despite him really not having much to do with anything. I had some fun. I won't say it's like life-changing, nothing was particularly life-changing, but it was fun regardless, and more fun than Cannibal Crossing. The Horror of Salazar House. This is the series I played after Cannibal Crossing, the first torture style game I played on the channel, and also the first horror game I played on the channel. I think I had like 3 episodes on it or whatever. I enjoyed this one a good bit. It was pretty short, nothing particularly remarkable, but it was fun. It made me think. It had multiple endings. I got a few of them. So yeah, I enjoyed that. Next, Have a Good Dream. I'll say that this one's pretty basic as far as RPG Maker games go. Nothing's particularly interesting about the plot. You're just stuck in, I'm not going to spoil these games. But if you were to think of an RPG Maker plot that was just any RPG Maker horror plot, you'd probably guess this plot. It's not bad. It's not. I didn't. Not to say I didn't have fun with it. There wasn't much gameplay to speak of. Which one is this? Paranormal Investigations Part 2, I think. That's Part 1. I don't see it anymore. Oh wait, there it is. I'll make this one first. This one was actually a pretty cool little RPG Maker game. It really, it didn't have much special to it, and honestly, I wish it was a bit longer. It introduced this whole unique little RPG battle system, but it never really utilized it. You had like 5 battles or something like that. But I did have a lot of fun with it, and honestly, I don't know if I should consider the entire Paranormal Investigations thing as like one big game. Because, I mean, after Case 0, they're all pretty similar. Now this is Case 2, Paranormal Evil. I really liked the dice rolling mechanic in this one. It was actually I had a great time. It was a fun little game. Because most of the games I played, they don't really focus on gameplay. You'll see that coming up. And this one did. It had, it had a story of a little paranormal investigator game. You were just trying to save some girl in a hospital while figuring out what happened to yourself at the same time. Had a very unique gameplay loop, and I liked it. Paranormal Investigation Special. Wow, I'm skipping Andy's Apple phone for now. Okay, so the thing about this game, and I'm gonna tell you something about this real quick. So, for these 3 games, I was pretty much completely unspoiled. But for this game, I watched a video on it a while ago. A bit before I ended up playing these games, I watched like half of a Manly Badass video on it, Badass Hero video on it before I started playing, and I wanted to save what was left of it for that. But it was pretty much exactly what you'd expect if you were to hear the story, My Girlfriend's Secrets, and you're supposed to go into the basement. You're gonna find pretty much exactly what you think you're gonna find, though it does have some relations to another game which isn't on the list. If I did have Loser Reborn, I'd probably just put it somewhere around here. It had more RPG battles and it was fine. Andy's Apple Farm. I think I actually uploaded this sometime in the middle of my Animal Crossing playthrough. And for a paid game, it really doesn't have much content, but I feel like for my first true one-off, just a video I made just to enjoy a short little game, it was fun. I had some okay commentary on it. I had fun with it. There we go. Silent Nights. This is another Torture style game. Now, while I never finished the game, I actually did beat Chapter 1, so there is room for me potentially playing Chapter 2 eventually. I might do that. The gameplay for this game, though, it's just very hidey. You go to a place and you wait. You go to a place and you wait. You go to a place and you wait. Because you're like, well, at least Chapter 1 was all about you're in a house, hiding from a guy. And it just involves a lot of waiting in the closet for him to go away, or waiting for him to leave the story you were on, the level you were on. But I did have fun with it. I'll probably say it's better than the Paranormal Investigator games. But I can't say I had a great time with it, or else I would have probably continued it. Which one was this? Bird Story. This is part of the To the Moon series. Now, I've seen To the Moon 1 and To the Moon and Finding Paradise, and those are some phenomenal stories. Some of the best written stories that I've ever seen and heard of. This wasn't as long, so I couldn't really get quite as invested in the characters, because it was just a bird and a boy and his bird. But it was still enjoyable. It was a little story, but, this game didn't really focus much on gameplay. But it did actually have gameplay. which is more than I can say for a lot of the future games in on this list. Not you, Light Eat. Now, Light Eat's a strange little game. While I did play the first, what was it, 2 chapters of the game, I stopped after that, but that doesn't mean I don't like it, because I went back to finish it on my own. And I don't really do that for any of these games. And if I were to include what I played on my own, I'd say I had a great time. It was cute, had story, had characters I could invest in, it had great artwork, animated cutscenes, and it was really cheap for what I got it for. What was this? The Static Speaks My Name. Not really much to say on it. I had some fun, but not really much to say. You just go around your house doing simple tasks, then you kill yourself. What's, not too much fun in that. Didn't mind it though. Danganronpa 1! Oh boy, if we were to go to the beginning of my channel, just after Cannibal Crossing and Salazar House, you'd see nearly all, and I mean all of my videos after that point, were just Danganronpa 1, and I didn't care what the quality of the videos were. I was just playing the game to play the game at a certain point, and I was just taking everyone along for the ride with me. And by everyone, I mean no one, because I got like a maximum of 3 views on a video, I think. Most of them totaled in at 0, but that's the thing, like, I enjoyed it, so I kept playing it despite getting 0 views on anything. Not that the rest of my content did especially well, but I just enjoyed it. I even played it when I was dog sick. I had a great time with Danganronpa 1, and I didn't even need to tell you, considering I have played Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa 3, even Eden's Garden now. So same with Danganronpa 2, though whether it's, I don't know if I would say it's better. I don't know. Well, it's more open-ended than Danganronpa 1. I'd say I preferred the characters too. All of them felt a lot more dynamic, like they each had a side to them. Whereas in Danganronpa 1, they all felt fairly one-sided. I liked it a bit more. I had a great time with Danganronpa 2. Can't say it's one of the best things I've ever played though. The Hex. It's definitely a more forgotten thing. I played it pretty much near the end of Danganronpa 1. It was in between Danganronpa 1 and 2. I think I played this like 2 episodes before the end of Danganronpa 1, and I made a Danganronpa 2 episode right before the start of the Hex. Which, by the way, considering about these 2 series, if you'd ever look at them, I'd suggest you wait. I've been meaning to reorganize those playlists, because when I say I enjoyed them, I mean like I would upload 9 videos a day. 9. And sometimes they weren't in order, so I'm going to have to reorganize them eventually. But regarding the Hex, I actually really liked that game. It was very fun. Definitely out of all of these games, it had the most gameplay variation. If you could think of a genre, chances are the Hex had it, or at least parodied it. Danganronpa V3, in my opinion, it was my favorite Danganronpa. It's also my longest series, and it was the first Danganronpa game I've played to ever really get any attention. These other 2 games, they didn't do well. This is when I totaled in about 5 views a month, and I was happy with that, of course. Also, I was just happy playing the games. But Danganronpa V3, I liked that one a lot. It was really fun. There's not much else I have to say on it. I've played it, I think I finished it about a month ago. The only gripe I have with the series is that I think it went on too long, and that goes with the other 2 Danganronpas too. After Danganronpa 2, if you had watched the final video of this one, I said specifically that I do not want to have any more long series, but I had more long series. Oh boy. Oh, a boy. Humaniki. I'm debating whether or not this was the game that really made my channel what it is today. If you were to look up around the time I played Yume Nikki, I was starting to grow. I was no longer getting 2 videos a day. I think I just played Yume Nikki like 2 months after I finished it, 2 weeks after I finished playing Danganronpa 2. And I can say this game is what really started me actually enjoying the channel. I wasn't just making videos and posting them just to post them online, just so I could say things in front of my in front of my microphone and put it online. This is when I started, looking into the stories and trying to, just have fun with it and find other people who enjoyed this. Not to mention, this was the series that I first, met Unizoc through. If you're, or Universo, yes. If you're here, Unizoc/Universo, thanks for being here and thanks for sticking around this long. It's very appreciated. Anyway, the weird thing about Yume Nikki is that, objectively, as a game, as a game that you play, it's not very good, is it? You just go around place to place, solving very simple puzzles. But as a concept, it's more like a, I've heard it being described as a museum, and that is a very accurate description of what the game is like. You're going through this place and you are observing. You're an observer. You're seeing what's happening here, and it makes you think. So, I can't say technically playing it was one of the best things I've ever done. But experiencing it was a great thing. Not to mention, it just made my channel extremely good. At Home Alone, I like the concept. If you don't remember, this was just a game where you're a little girl, your mom leaves you home alone, you invite another little boy to play at your house, then his brother comes over, and next thing you know, the kid's been pushed off the balcony by some unknown assailant, and you go through the loop multiple times doing different things until you realize it was you who pushed him off the edge. It's, but it had pretty bad translation, but I can't hold translation against it. I can't say it was a great time, but I did have some fun with it. FNAF VR. Technically my first video, despite it not really being anything like whatever else I've made. I rarely played a game. I even made a post asking if I should make it a series, and everyone said yes, but I never continued it. Maybe next time I'll continue it. But honestly, I have a fun time when I'm playing it, so I don't play it very often. I have a fun time. The Passage. If you were to look at this whole game, it's like I have some sort of damn meltdown while playing it. It was, looking back on it, it's kind of hilarious. I had a great time with this game. I'll say it's better than Light Eat at the very least. Wait, is this? Oh yeah, it's Paranormal Evil. Do It For Me. I don't remember. Well, no, I do remember this. It's just a little platform where you go through a place and things get gradually worse as you go through. I can't say it was anything especially, special, but there were endings to it. It was fun. Dice Psycho. Along with Yume Nikki, in fact, right before Yume Nikki, I started playing Dice Psycho. These two series were intertwined for a little bit. And oh fucking boy, what a game that was. I don't know honestly what to think of it as a game. It's something else, let me tell you. Definitely one of the most shocking things I ever played on the channel. Obviously doesn't have, much gameplay compared to the rest of these in the top list, but the story was just so interesting. Not to mention, it was the most playthroughable game we've ever done. What I mean by that was, and this is a thing for Charon games in general, which this game was developed by a group named Charon. Oh, Charon? I don't know. But the thing about these games is, for most visual novels, you follow a certain, continuity. There's no plot holes. But in this game, if you choose one option, you grab, balloons and they're balloons. You don't grab the balloons and they're suddenly grenades. Shit is random, but, the storylines, God damn, I was not prepared for what that game threw at me. Something else. Project fucking Terminus. It's pretty damn bad. I'm not gonna say much else. It's a VR game that I just don't know what to think of. It's extremely glitchy. It has next to no depth, really. It has good voice acting, I guess. And it has variety in its levels, like you're jet skiing down the what's the word? One of the Pettis' canals, and you know, you're doing stuff, but I can't really say the game was good or that I enjoyed it. It's pretty bad. Blank Dream. This is an RPG Maker classic. Not as old as a game like Yumaniki, but it was really it was fun. It was fun. I went through it. I just had great little BGs, CGs. It was a fun game overall, though there's not much I can say about it. I forget which one this is. I think this one was Nikato Niki? Something Niki. As far as I remember, this was a game extremely similar to My Girlfriend's Secrets, where you just go through this girl's house, you know, you look at the diaries and you figure out something's really fucked up. I will say I enjoyed it more than this game because it's just more gameplay to it. And there's multiple endings. So this game had multiple endings, but those endings are more like game overs than anything else. You had to get them. I enjoyed this game a bit. Can't say it was, in depth or anything. Yume Tuki. What can I say about Yume Tuki that I haven't already said about Yumeniki? I will say that this game, I don't think it's quite as pure as Yumeniki is, as much as it's trying to almost emulate what Yumeniki is as a fan game, like studying it and like recreating it. It's not a bad game. I'm not trying to say that. It was a great time, though. I will say it was definitely missing something that Yumeniki had. This is another challenge game. I forget which one this is, but I remember exactly what it was fucking like. Basically, you play through a game where a kindergartner calls you the most foul things. The kindergartner just says the most foul shit to you, and you put up with it until you can't. I'll say it's pretty mid. I was not a fan of the kindergartner. Mix Or. I actually really like this one. This one was actually really cute. For a Charon game that they actually reused this exact same concept for multiple times. You had 3 girls, 3 storylines, 3 ways to die terribly. Each one was fun, and I enjoyed them all. I had a great time with this game. I can't say I enjoyed it more than Danganronpa, though. In fact, let me put Buddy Simulator below Danganronpa. Saints and Sinners Chapter 2, Retribution. This is a similar case to Silent Night, where the game just... This isn't technically the game's fault, but my Quest 2, which I was using, you have to use the Quest 2 software to record, it kept corrupting the recordings or crashing. So I ended up playing it through it on my own, and I really enjoyed this game. I enjoyed it a lot on my own. Very fun game, though I can't say my playthrough was extremely great. Which one is this? Muhaf Sorella. Same concept as Mix Or, except instead of 3 girls, it's like 5 or 6. I can't say I remember a single one of them except for that one with red hair, but only because she becomes relevant in another game. Actually, they're all relevant in that other because they all become relevant to Dai Psycho because they're like side characters in that game. But the red-haired one apparently has some relation to Nana, which was in that final ending, true ending of Dai Psycho, which was fucked up, by the way. This entire game was just fucked up as a game. But that's why I love it so much. Indencopia. My most viewed video. My worst fucking audio my mixing was terrible. You could hear echoes. At the game though, it was so goddamn unique. I had a great time with this. I enjoyed it more than Mix Or and Muhaf Sorella. Well, maybe more than Mixor. Actually, I enjoyed Mixor than I did Mozzarella. There you go. I don't remember. Well, no, I remember you. You go through a house, and you try to prevent this girl from dying, just in any way possible. Just like the other Charon games, it had a tendency for being fucked up and for you being murdered. I can't say anything was particularly unique about the game. I no defining characters or characteristics really, but it was fun regardless. Ooh, Kaleidostella. I had a lot of fun at Kaleidostella. It was a Charon game that wasn't fucked up. It was a Charon game that wasn't relying on shock value to get you to continue playing. There's another game that's like that on this list, but I feel like this one was really mellow. Only one person got murdered in this game. You don't know what a fucking achievement that is. How many people got murdered in this one? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably around 30. And like in various gruesome ways. Only one person died, well, 2 technically in true ending, dies in this game. But regardless of that part, it was actually a really nice story that I enjoyed. And apparently all the Charon games are in some weird connected universe, so... I don't know, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than Mozzarella. Deltarune, Chapter 1 and 2, thank you very much. I still plan to fight Spamton, okay, and play the Snowgrave route. I still plan to do that, I just haven't gotten around to it, mainly because I think I saved over my normal save and I just haven't gotten into the will to replay through the entire game again just so I can get those crystals and fight Spamton on both routes. But it was, what can I say? It was a great time. I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it more than Danganronpa 1, 2, or Saints and Sinners though. But still though, great game. I'd say it was... now Body Simulator's a bit worse. I'm scared. The game where I how should I say it? Lifted content from other creators to make the end part. Because I was too damn lazy to get all the achievements for the final ending, I ended up using Manly Badass's Heroes video to react to the true ending. And, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. It was very fourth wall breaking, much like Body Simulator, but in a lot more direct way. Body Simulator, it felt like it was obviously breaking the wall. This one did it subtly and, obviously at the same time. My Lovely Daughter. I feel kind of like iffy including games I'm still playing, but, I'm still putting some of these on here. I'd say I had a good time I'm having a good time with this one. It has a good gameplay loop. And it's rare, as I said before, it's rare that I play games that actually have gameplay. And I really enjoyed, the loop of this game. You go bonds with these little characters and you gotta kill them. Yume Nikki Dream Diary. Now, for whatever reason, I hear people really don't like this game in comparison to the original. And I will say, comparing to the original, it definitely falls flat. But it's not really a bad game like some people might say. I had a great time with it. I enjoyed My Lovely Daughter. I enjoyed it. No. I enjoyed it more than Kaleidostella and less than Indicopia. Project Cat. I haven't included Paper Lily on this, little tier list. Because I only played the demo and I cut halfway through because I wanted to wait for the full game. So, I'm gonna wait for that. I actually still haven't installed. Maybe I'll finish it. Fat chance, but maybe. I'll just... it was a fun little game. Not very long. I had some fun with it. The Mirror Lied. Well, as a game, I was really confused about what to do, and the story didn't make no damn sense. My theory is something like maybe World War I bombings. That was the closest thing I could come up with, but it actually had a pretty good atmosphere, all things considered, in my opinion. I really liked it. So I definitely had some fun with it. Not a ton, though. More than this, though. Hey, both the Fly High Works games are right next to each other. I accidentally duplicated these. The Cradle of Ruin. I really, and I mean really liked this game. It was very, I would say profound, but if we're gonna be completely honest, it was nothing life-changing, nothing telling me that stuff that I didn't already know, but I really liked this game. I know I shouldn't like it as much as I do like it, but I just like it, okay? Night of the Gates of Hell. Now, it's been a while since my last video on this, and that is my last video. I'm not playing any more of this game. It was too good. It's too good at what it's trying to be. It's a horror game, but it was so good at being a horror game that I just can't anymore. My chest literally started hurting. Oh, another game I'm in the middle of right now. Not the middle, I'm probably closer to the end than the beginning. Project Eden's Garden. It's a Danganronpa fan game. So far, I actually really like it. It takes the Danganronpa, the Danganronpa idea, and enhances it to a great portion. And I'm really, really excited to see what it ends up being in the full release. But so far, it's a great game. I'll put it over here. I'm not going to put it next to the, normal two, because it's not very long just yet. My side. This may sound weird, but I really loved this game. I don't know why I loved it so much, but I loved it. Let me just put this down here. I put this down here to help even things up, okay? Those are my true thoughts on Project Terminus and this one. Except I paid $20 for Project Terminus, so I can speak worse on this one. Meanwhile, this was free. Yeah, I mean, my side, I really liked the game. It was... I liked it. It gave me some just feelings I never really get in many games anymore. And I'm, genuinely really excited for the full version. Anyway, this is the final tier list. I just want to go through what I've been doing on my channel, and I know I missed some. I probably missed around 8 or so, not including the ones that I just purposely didn't include, like Paper Lily. There's definitely a few I've missed. I think one being Dot Flow. Though one being Dot Flow. If I would put Dot Flow somewhere, I'll just put it in I had some fun right now. This row. It's nothing too great so far, but I'm having fun with it. No definitive opinion on it just yet, though. Well, thanks again for 100 subscribers, guys. I'm honored that people would just actually listen to me. It's a nice feeling. Anyway, though, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.